All right, we are live. Welcome everyone to our YouTube channel, Faith Business. I'm so delighted today to introduce one of my best friends, Becky Plinke, and she is the founder of the Lola Ministries. And she's going to be telling you today a little bit about what that is, a little bit about herself, and something very, very exciting that is going on at Lola. So, Becky, why don't we get started? Just tell me a little bit about, give me a little bit about your background so listeners will know who you are.
Well, I am a country girl from Tennessee. Grew up on a mountain in the town of Spencer, and on a farm. Never dreamed of even leaving the state, much less leaving the country. And was raised by salt of the earth parents who loved me and cared for me, um, and grew up to be a nurse, in which I had been a emergency room trauma nurse and an ICU nurse for 25 years. And I thought my life was that, and that my purpose was that. And but God had different plans. There was a time that I went to my first women's conference in Nashville, Tennessee, and in those 3 days I spent there, the Lord called me into ministry at 41 years old. So, you ladies out there, or you men and women out there, you're never too old to be called into ministry. I'll tell you that. I thought I was going to finish my kids in college and travel or whatever, but you know, God really softened my heart and gave me an experience that I wanted to fulfill whatever He had for me. And so, in the in 2004, I had a vision after I was called into ministry. And in this vision, I saw that I had a home for children, that I would be leading in an area in many different ways, that I would build a home of 3 large buildings. And he put it so strongly in my heart, I had to find out what it was. So that was my life until 2009. I was praying for 5 years. I prayed for 5 years why God would ever want to send me to do this type of work. But through a series of dreams of children of different races, children of different countries, the Lord convinced me that I would never be happy until I followed what He wanted me to do. So,
That is so true. Lord will use us sometimes in ways we can't even imagine.
right.
I'll wake up every day and say, Lord, seriously, this is what you want for me? This is awesome. I need you. A lot of times we're put in situations where he has to give us that power.
Yes.
He knows we can't do it ourselves, but he wants us to
Right.
rely on him. So is that the story? That's how you decided to become a missionary. You just decided to leave it all behind and
Well, He convinced me. Jesus is a good convincer. And during the 5 years I was praying, all I thought about is I'm not a qualified person. At that time, yes, I was raised in church my whole young life, but during my 20s and 30s, I had, in and out of church, and I had 3 children, very busy mom, worked as a full time nurse. And so I couldn't imagine changing my life. But there was a day came at work where we had 6 codes come in the emergency room, and each one took about 2 hours long. Each one, and they came in one after another. Half of them passed away, 3 lived, 3 died. And I was leaving that room, and the Lord said, "You've been a good nurse. I have something else for you to do." And it was at that time my love went away from my career to finding out how I could make it work to do what He wanted me to do. So my husband, Bob Plinke, who is a trauma doctor in Cookeville, Tennessee at that time. He had family members down in Mexico. And I'd already been to Africa, and I was going into Africa, and I was teaching uh, women in classes on sexual abuse and how to get forgiveness, how to forgive yourself, how to forgive the abuser. And I was doing that type of thing in Africa and different places. While I was invited down, my daughter had gone down to study Spanish in Mexico. And I was invited to a church there to speak. And so I spoke on stopping the cycle of sexual abuse in the family. And while I was there, God convinced me that I would be back. And so the following year, my daughter and I went down. We stayed in Puerto Vallarta for 4 months. We worked with Children of the Dump, an organization down there, and we would go out at night actually, and we would feed the children. And we were actually going to a dump, um, and you could walk on that mountain of trash. And we got up on top of that mountain one night, and it had the best view of the bay. We were up very high on a mountain of trash, and it was there that me and my daughter Abby vowed to give our lives into ministry, into mission work, and into Mexico. And so that was the beginning of me coming down to Mexico. That was in 2009. I left June the 1st, 2009, and I never returned to live.
Wow.
We sold the house, we sold everything we had, and we dedicated ourselves. And I didn't know not a lick of Spanish at the time. I was asking God, well, why would you? I don't speak Spanish. I don't have this and I don't have that. And the Holy Spirit just spoke to me and said that it was his job to teach me and that he wanted me to go. So that's how we came down to Mexico. Within from the June to November, between that time we found a house that the house was in Chapala, Mexico, and this is where we started with 30 children, 30 street children. I never worked with street children before. I had to learn as much Spanish quickly as I could. And me and a 16-year-old girl was running that place with 30 kids.
Wow.
And when that happened, God just showed miracle after miracle of his grace, and that his grace was sufficient. And he brought us all provision he has from day one. That's what, and I really want to say to people who are called to do something that don't feel led or called because of, I don't know, some reason.
We all
Maybe
make excuses. We make
don't
excuses
make
why we can't
excuses.
do something, you
That's
know.
right.
Moses made
And
excuses. All the Bible heroes made excuses.
that's right. And even Moses, he had a language barrier.
Right.
And I came down here with a language barrier. Now my husband he spoke Spanish. He went to medical school here in Guadalajara in Mexico. So it was easy for him. But I came down here on a word from the Lord and trusting. And it's through this experience of 15 years now that I learned how to trust and totally depend and count on God for everything. I wouldn't change my life what it has been for nothing, because I have learned that he is always faithful. He will always do what he says. And here we are. Here we are. This has been open January 1st, 2010. So we are on our 14th year of the orphanage being open, 15 years of me being down here. We are totally licensed. We have helped over 300 kids We have gone into the villages and helped thousands of kids with different things, free medical clinics, and we've helped with clothes, food, whatever we could do, and helping other missionaries to come and to go into those places and to feel confident. And that's what I intend to continue. My focus first is on the orphanage, but then I know that the Lord wants more missionaries to come join us and go into the villages around this lake. It's the largest lake in Mexico. There's about 500,000 indigenous peoples here, and it's just a wonderful place to do ministry.
It is, and the people are hungry and open,
Hungry.
not just hungry food-wise, they're hungry for something more,
That's right.
and so open to the love of Jesus. And
That's right.
I love how Loyola is not only ministering to the girls that you have there, but you minister in outreach
Mhm.
to the surrounding areas. It's great for the surrounding areas, but it's also giving the girls such a basis of what it means to live like Jesus, to love like Jesus.
We've
And
even taken, extra clothes, things we've worn, extra things from people that live in the town around us. And we would have let the girls go with us, and they would help with trying the kids trying on clothes, the kids there trying on shoes. And one day, one of the girls came to me and said, "Mom, we're rich. We are rich." I'm like, "How do you figure that?" And they said, "Well, the kids here think we're rich." And because we're here given clothes, even though they were used clothes, they were good clothes, and they were so appreciative. And the girls that I have, they've been gone through so much trauma. We take care of girls that have been trafficked, abandoned, abused. 95% of our girls are have been trafficked, sexually abused, and we give them a family atmosphere here. I live with them. Bob and I have lived with them 98% of the last 15 years. Uh, we felt that it was important that they felt like they had parents in the house, that they had a mother figure, a father figure at that time. My dear husband has passed away. Bob passed away a year ago. But we press on, we push on, and but the girls that we've been able to reach have been trafficked in drugs. They were drug mules. They were trafficked as prostitution. They've been trafficked in strip clubs. They've been abandoned in different areas of town or in the big city. Guadalajara has about 10 million people that live there. Um, and so we are dealing with big issues.
yes, the
But
need is great. The need is great for places like Laola. And it's just amazing what you do with these girls and how you transform their lives. They come
well,
to you malnutrition, it's the transformation that I've witnessed over these last couple years has been amazing.
and it's probably one of the hardest jobs I've ever done in my life. I used to think nursing was hard, but no, it's one of the hardest because it's all deals with the heart.
Hmm.
And people don't. Most people or volunteers don't see the meltdowns or the times that we have to deal with a lot of emotional, mental issues, physical issues due to rape and that sort of thing. And so we deal with a lot of things every day. But God has given us the grace, and I truly believe, even though I do love Christian psychologists and things like that, but I truly believe what transforms these children is love, and love knows no boundaries. There is everyone knows and feels love, and we believe that through living like a family and not treating them different.
Yeah.
You treat them like your own kids.
Exactly.
You know,
They
treat
are
them,
rich.
they're yours.
They
They're
are
mine. They
rich.
are my kids. You
And
know,
they're rich in love. Rich in
I
love.
have kids that are now 28, 29 years old,
Mhm.
doing great. We've sent many girls to university. We have nurses, we have teachers, we have a dentist, we have uh, graphic design, we have a nurse practitioner, we have a lot of finance, uh, business, uh, international business. That's what it is. We've had three in international business. So we don't just become their family for a short time. They turn 18 and kick them out the door. We are their family for
For
life.
life. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. The success stories that have come out of Laola just go on and on and on. And to see how God is working and moving and, the answered prayer. I want you to tell me a little bit about this building project because you guys are outgrowing your space and God has put something on your heart that's a little
Yeah.
scary, but
Well,
tell me
like I
about that.
said, in 2004, I had a vision of this place. And so in 2019, we bought a property of 4 acres. And since then, it's 2024 now. But in the last 5 years, we've been building on this property that had nothing, had no electricity, had nothing, no water, nothing. We put a wall around 4 acres. We put electricity in from 7 poles down. We had to put electricity back where we were. Our land was changed from like regular farmland to city property, so we can eventually someday have city water and those things. Right now, we're going to have to build a well. Um, but this building is 20,000 square feet, 10,000 feet each level. And upstairs, we have bedrooms, we have a laundry room, we have a salon for the girls' hair, we have a multi purpose room, apartment for me. I have 5 adopted Mexican children, and so we'll be in that apartment, and I'll be really connected there with the children upstairs as always, so that I can always be that mama, be that parent they go to, and keep that sense of home and family right there. We plan to have a multi-purpose room that's upstairs. It's going to be their living room, their hangout at times. It's going to be school sometimes. It's going to be church sometimes. So it's just a wonderful place. And then downstairs, we have an office. We have a huge dining hall, kitchen. We have a living room that's 80 by 40. So we hope that in that living room that there'll be a lot of opportunity for not only the mission work that I'm doing, but surrounding missionaries and churches to come together and learn to work with each other and work in the community and do more work in the community. Our ultimate goal is that these kids, number one, learn the love of Jesus Christ, learn that they're never alone, that they will always have family, that God will always be their family. And we educate them from we will be starting our own school there. So we've been educating them. We have Bible classes. We teach them the love of Christ and all that goes with it, all that's there in Old Testament, New Testament, and we have fun. You know, we really love to have fun together. We have our sleepovers, we
Ice
have
cream parties.
ice cream parties, banana split parties, yeah. But we try to make as many memories as we can. And over the years, even if we didn't have hardly any money, we would take the children down the beach and have some away time from respite time from the orphanage and let them get out on the beach and play and run and be just live as normal as a life they can while they are with us.
Yes, these children are truly, truly blessed. So what do you need from the community around you, and what are your biggest needs right now?
Well, we truly need child sponsorship. We are at an all-time low with child sponsorship. You can go to our website, which is laolacasahogar.org, and you can sponsor a child. We have partial and full sponsorships of each child. You'll find them on there. You can read their stories. Right now, we have about 16 children that need sponsored. We have 6 girls in university that need to be sponsored. Those are good pictures.
Yes.
And then Victoria is our baby. She's about 8 months old now. So we get babies too. Some of them would weigh 2 pounds. Victoria came to us from a drug addict couple, and she was the mother was on drugs while she was carrying her, but there's nothing wrong with her. She's doing great. She needs a sponsor. We also need money to finish this home. We were about 75% finished with this home, and we really need your help. We really need donations. We have a building that we need about $500,000 to finish it, and that's just the building. And we also need to build a well and buy solar to go on the roof.
And is
This
that over and above the 500? So that's over and above the 500, or is
the
that all
well
included in?
and the solar is above the 500. Yes,
Okay. All right.
because it is so expensive. I know we are in Mexico, but it is so expensive to put in electricity. To one floor was 67,000. And the only reason I'm telling, and that's dollars.
Yes.
The only reason I'm telling you is that you can hear the need, see the need, and
Mhm.
I will get a list of things on my website that you can go to it and look at it. Not everything that we need is going to be, at that large amounts. Our well is going to cost us about $102,000 because we have to put steel all the way down, and it's going to be about 775 feet down to dig. So that's why, and Mexico is very difficult to get water permits. So that's another reason it's costing us so much. The rest of that, the money to finish that home, is going to go into uh, floors, electricity for the first floor, windows for the first floor, a nice usable, functional kitchen with the dishwashers. We plan to have 60 to 100 girls living here. You know, we get no money from the government. Everything we've done so far has been paid for, and I have a wonderful board. We can be vetted by many churches and people. So, whatever you can do to help us is truly, truly appreciated.
Yeah.
Um, and we've got to finish the first floor of 10,000 square feet, and the second floor we need to finish. So, it's going to, cost quite a bit.
Yes.
It's so worth it, though. The government of Jalisco has invited Laola to, well, she's invited 2 people from Laola, found out today, to come the 16th. We are one of 12 we were voted one of 12 best orphanages in the state. So we are being honored by the governor. We are being honored by the Procuraduría, which is the person over all the children in the state, in child social services. So we are being honored now for the work that we do.
Congratulations.
So because we do take it to the limit. If a child has dyslexia or the child is 4 grades behind, we do everything we can to get them past all that and push them on. So we are being honored for the type work we're doing. We do it in excellence. We do quality. Um, we believe in hugs, love,
Yes. So
and
what's the best way to get a hold of you? Um, is there a contact us thing on the
well, you
website?
can go to Facebook and message me,
Okay.
and I'm on my Facebook is Becky Plinke. So I'm on there. That's the easiest way. Messenger is or WhatsApp.
Hmm.
My Mexican phone number is +52 331 796 8728. And I'm willing to talk anytime with anyone.
Let me
Uh,
get that fast enough.
we also want to encourage young potential missionaries and older missionaries to come and work with us, be part of us, be part of the Ola family, and just receive the blessings because they will bless you more than you think that you bless them. They are incredible, real resilient young women and girls. I have never seen such children that's been so abused changed into loving, very smart, giving human beings. And we want them to grow up and do the same as I do in the community, choose whatever they want to do. But I tell them all the time whatever Jesus puts in front of you, whatever he decides for you to do it. You don't have to ask someone, do you want to feed this child or this person? You do it. If this person doesn't have shoes, you're the person to go get them. God puts them in front of you, it's your work. So we teach the girls to be loving and giving and to forgive so that they can go on with a happy life.
That's just a beautiful way to end this. Is there anything else you would love to share with our audience about this whole project? I know, prayer support is also a big, you know, thing. We need people to pray, but
Yes, I desire your prayers and in every church and every if there's nothing else you can do but put me on your prayer list at church and tell your church about us. We
yeah,
love to receive groups here, and you can come down and do work on the orphanage. I've had many girls from all over the world, all over Europe, all over South America, Canada, United States, where they come down to learn Spanish, or they want to just reinforce their Spanish. But also, you can come. All you have to do is pay for your ticket, and we will feed you and care for you and make sure you're okay. That is something that will give a lot of young people an idea to spend their summers here or whatever, to learn to see if they want to be a missionary, because it's hard work. It's not just, oh, they're cute kids. They're not cute all the time. They came from backgrounds that are non-desirable. So but they are awesome. I have the best girls. All they want
they
is
are awesome.
a
They are
chance
awesome.
to be normal.
Yes, again. Well, I'm going to show the website one more time. People can go there. There's ways to donate, get involved, see what's happening. We keep that website up to date with information. So it's another way to get in touch with us. And we look forward to seeing how God is going to continue to move. And the day that we can move into this big house, and those girls, I think you were sharing with me just the other day that when these girls walk into that house and they say something like, "We get to live here,"
Mhm.
that is our dream for these children.
I want
That
them to know that they are worthy of all blessings and they are worthy of living well. They are worthy of beautiful things. And, when we treat them how we want to be treated, that's when they truly desire to accept Christ in their lives to want to live a good life and be the first in the family to graduate, be the first in the family to lead their families.
Yes.
So,
Yes. We're planting seeds of hope in all of these children, and they can spread that joy. So,
yes.
well, thank you for coming on today, Becky. I'm
Thank
so
you for
delighted to
having me, Dana.
share
Thank
this with
you.
our audience. And if you have questions, of course, reach out to me as well. I am very connected with Becky, and I will make sure that you all get connected with her. So until next time, be safe, be well, and be blessed.
Thank you.